Okay, hi guys. We're going to go through and do your 1.3 notes. Okay, so we're writing equations and formulas. So first thing we're going to do is talk about a literal equation. So a literal equation is just an equation with two or more variables. So until now we've only had one variable, okay? But now we're going to have two or more variables. So remember, your variables are your letters. So instead of just having an x now, we may have multiple letters. So like this first one, we've got area equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, so that's how you find the area of a triangle. Okay, but this has three variables. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it says circle all the literals. This one has three variables, so that's going to be literal. Okay, looking at the second one, it only has one x. That is not a literal equation. That's just what we've been doing so far. That's just a one variable equation. This one has two. 1, 2. And we said it's two or more. Okay, so this has got two letters. It's going to be a literal equation. So something new that you need to know is how are these different from regular ones. So you won't be able to simplify and get a full answer. Okay, so normally we've got like x equals 5. We won't be able to do that. So won't be able to simplify, simplify to get an answer like x equals 5. Okay, so it's just, you're just going to be moving letters around. So I know some of you, this is going to be super confusing because you won't get an actual answer, but this is just kind of how they are. So when you go through and you're looking to solve, you draw your line like normal. Okay, label one side for your variable and label one side for everything else. Okay, first we're going to add or subtract to move our terms around. And then we're going to either multiply or divide by our coefficient. Okay, remember your coefficient is the big number in front of your letter. Okay, so that's going to be our job. We're going to get everything on the same side so that we can simplify as much as we can. So what we're really looking at is being able to solve for y. So this is going to come in handy a lot this year, being able to graph a line, being able to graph anything on a coordinate plane. All of that is going to be really important when it comes to solving for y. So we're going to draw our line. Okay, and we're going to solve for y. So our goal is to get y by itself. So we're going to have our variable or our y on this side and everything else on this side. And in this case, our everything else is going to include that x. So we're going to do the opposite of 4x. Negative 4x minus 4x. Okay, it cancels out on this side, so we have our 3y left. Now, you cannot combine a number and a letter, so we just write it out. 9 minus 4x. That's it. We're not adding, we're not subtracting, nothing. It just gets written next to each other. Now, our last step was to multiply or divide, so we're dividing because they are multiplying by 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Now, each one of those numbers, that 9 and that 4, must be divided by 3. So my y stays on its side. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Negative 4 divided by 3 is negative 4 over 3x. That's our answer. Okay, so for a lot of you, you're like, what? That's not an answer. Okay, well, it is. It's an answer for a line. Okay, so let's look at this next one. Okay, we're going to write out our steps. So, number 1, move x. Number 2, divide by y coefficient. Okay, and when I say move, that means we're either going to add or subtract. So here we go. We're going to draw our line. We're going to move our x's. Okay, opposite of positive 20x is minus 20x. Minus 20x. Okay, remember, they do not match, so they cannot go together. So it's 15 minus 20x. Okay, we still have our 5y on this side. So we have to divide by our y coefficient. That's this 5. So I'm going to divide everything by 5. That means this 15 is getting divided by 5, and this negative 20 is getting divided by 5. So my y equals 15 divided by 5 is 3. Negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4x. Okay, in your answer, you should have a y equals a number and then another number with a letter. Okay, so in this case, that other letter is an x. Always, always. So when I'm going through, I'm going to solve it again. Solve for y. So first step was move my x's. Minus 6x, because that's opposite of positive 6x. Minus 6x. Okay, we're going to write it all out. Negative 6 minus 6x, because they cannot be combined together, because they do not both have an x. They do not match. Okay, next step, divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. Both of those are getting divided by negative 3. That negative 6 and the negative 6 with the x. So y equals negative 6 divided by negative 3 is 2. Negative 6 divided by negative 3 is also 2, and it has an x. That second one always has that x with it. Okay, and that is your answer. Last one before you are ready to start on there. We want to solve for x. Okay? So we're going to move stuff to solve for our x. So we want to draw our line. We're going to put our x's there. Okay, all these were solved for y. It's going to throw you for a loop. We need to get rid of the z because it's not an x. So minus 5z. Minus 5z. Okay, they do not match. One is a y and one is a z, so we write them out. Okay, we still have our 3x on this other side. Then we're going to divide. Divide by 3. Okay, the number in front of that y is just a 1. So 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. Negative 5 divided by 3 is negative 5 over 3z. Okay, I know this gets confusing with these fractions, but it's so much easier if you leave them as a fraction instead of giving me these long decimals. Okay, so that's how we're going to leave it. Okay, and that is your answer. Okay, please take your time on your homework. It's multiple choice for the most part, and pop into Office Hours if you need any help. Bye.